High Level is a full CRM and marketing platform, and I've used some of the best in the SaaS industry. And we are live from LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. It's Revening's Wednesday. Welcome to WinsDay, Revenue Party people. We've got our hot topics, hot guests, and we're going to get into it for you tonight. So, well, it's not a tonight. It's still a daytime show. I still say tonight. I also want to still say hot prizes because we were doing that for so long, so bear with me. Anyway, so you know me, we got to get into a little bit to tell you about what's going on here at Revening behind the scenes and also how we can serve you. So, you know, I'm always trying to scale Revening. And the way I'm able to do this is with the help of Cherry Assistant. So I wouldn't be able to do all these live streams for myself as well as the Revening clients if it weren't for Cherry Assistant. Big thanks to Layla, who's here in the comments. You might see her throughout the show in the comments, which, by the way, if you're watching, say something, comment, let us know. This show is here for you. But Cherry Assistant will help place VAs with you. So basically what that means is you don't have to go out and search for your own talent. You can find talent overseas with the help of Cherry Assistant. So they basically learn from you. What are your requirements? And you'll see at the ad during intermission some of the stuff that they do. But yeah, reach out to them. Scan that QR code. I work with them as well as they are sponsors of the show. So we want to make sure that we are doing our due diligence to support them, but also I work with them. And same thing with High Level, who I'll talk about here in just a second. If I didn't use these tools and these services, I would not promote them because I know that they are really good. So I can speak for DJ Kim, the founder of Cherry Assistant, and what they're doing over there. And also last fall for High Level, who I'll tell you about next, I went and spoke as an affiliate on their affiliate panel in Dallas. And, it's just been a really great product to use. And I started using High Level when I started my own business. Yes, I worked for smaller SaaS companies, pre-seed to Series C, and we would use all types of big SaaS players that were awesome and amazing. But also when I started my own business, it didn't hit the right price point. High Level did. And now I'm taking some of those B2B companies and moving them onto High Level because they see the same thing. The technology is there. We don't have to pay these large, big SaaS prices anymore. So scan that QR code, or just if you're listening on podcast, go to revening.com/high level and get 30 days free on High Level. And you can also just go to revening.com and check out my coaching program, and we will help teach you how to use that as well as how to go live. What we're doing all sorts of things in the Taking Up Space program. That's my coaching program. I digress. So we want to get into it. So big thanks to Cherry Assistant as well as High Level. And we want to make sure you guys are signing up for the newsletter. So every Wednesday, I'm sending out a recap of last week's episode, as well as just a little thing to tell you, little summary to tell you about what's coming today. And another thing I like to do is scour the internet for B2B marketing news and then pick out some of the hottest topics that I find and summarize them for you every week. And I do a little recap of what's going on in the WinsDay Women community and the WinsDay Winners community. So if you want in on any of those free communities or you have questions about it, just put it in the comments. Layla's there. She can help you. But we want to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? Let us know. In the meantime, I want to welcome our guests. Welcome to the show, Alexandr, coming in from Ukraine. And then we have Matt. Thank you so much for joining us as well. And just as I told you before the show, I'm going to put up that 2-minute clock and ask you to tell us your full life story from birth to what brought you to now. And we want the stuff that we can't find on LinkedIn. You know, we can see your resume on LinkedIn. We don't want that stuff. We're going to hear your expertise here in a second. Obviously, you're on my show, so you must be a thought leader. So we want to know who you are as a person. Could you kick us off, Alexandr? And maybe, if you don't mind, you are in Ukraine. Could you tell us a little bit about that? And sending you so much.
I will tell you everything. First of all, thank you so much, Jesse, to invite me to this hot conversation. I'm ready for the hot question. That's important. And I will try to be very honest today with you. Quick introduction about me. So my name is Alex. I'm based in Kyiv, Ukraine. I'm living here. I'm the founder and CEO of the DreamX company, which provides UX UI design service. We have been doing this company 3.5 years. So I created this company when Russia invaded after 1 week. So in challenging time, I tried to grow the company. Right now, I have 30 people on the board, but a little bit more about me as you ask. So I always wanted to be independent. So that's why I chose it the way to be entrepreneur. And I have not finished university yet. So I didn't join any university. So I finished just college. And then I have difficult journey, I would say, to be here now and to speak about the business stuff, etc. I'm not native English, but I will try to do my best to explain my life stories about some business goals, some my experience. I'm happy to share today and ready for any your question, Jesse, and I'm ready for any question in chat. So I would like to have this conversation today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're lucky to have you here and to learn about UI UX from the master himself. But before we do that, let's get into your 2 minutes here, Matt, because you are coming at us with some big credentials as well, which everyone go look our guests up on LinkedIn right now. Layla, I don't know, can we just drop maybe tag them in LinkedIn, make it easier for everyone to go find them? But they have really great things on their resume, but as you just heard, we want to know the full life story. So Matt, it's your turn. 2-minute clock is up.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks very much for having me. It's great to be here alongside Alex as well. So I founded Fly High Media. We're a digital marketing agency. We specialize in SEO and helping businesses rank higher in Google. We do Google ads as well to help them generate more leads and sales. So I started the business 9 years ago whilst I was at university in my bedroom. And then once I did it with the sole goal of being able to graduate into something. So I basically didn't have to find another job really. I'm quite independent as Alex said. I just wanted to do things, I guess, my own way and do things a little bit different and make my own path really. So over the last few years, we worked with some great clients. We've worked in the public sector. We worked with, quite a few different types of businesses, SMEs, and then some corporates as well. So yeah, it's been a fun journey. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm trying to think of things that aren't already on my LinkedIn, but I played basketball professionally for a year, which is pretty cool. I realized quite soon that I wasn't going to make a career out of it, so I turned my competitive nature to business, and I work hard in business the same way as I did in basketball as well. So yeah, I get to work with a lot of great people, a lot of great clients right now. I really love problem solving. I love talking to people. I love helping grow in businesses. I love helping clients, that kind of thing. And obviously it's cool being on podcasts like this as well. So I don't really know what else to say for my last 20 seconds, but I'm open to any questions like throughout, and I'm looking forward to sharing some value with your audience.
I'm not even off mute yet. I heard you summing up so soon, and I'm like, no, I can't let him do that. So I had to pull you out. But also, there is a beauty and an art to being concise. So I'm grateful for that as well. But tell us a little bit more about like what made you like get involved with SEO. Like where did that spark happen? When did that first happen?
Yeah, so it first happened. So I started the business. We started out in website design and things like that. And the business sort of pivoted because website design and that kind of thing, it's more so like a one-off project. So you're doing it for like a couple of months and it's not really predictable income. So kind of shifted the business model due to SEO. So like, as a student, I didn't have any money to advertise. So I taught myself SEO. We got on page one for some web design keywords in the area and then generated leads that way and then became obsessed with it. And then, continued to get leads from that. And then clients were asking about SEO. So that's where the service evolved from really. And then additional services came on through demand of other clients as well. And clients like to have everything under one roof. So yeah, just gradually it's evolved over time. And that's where the spark of the interest came from really, through necessity really.
Well, thank you for elaborating a little more. Let's hop right into it. So now I'm going to pick back on Alexander because we're going to start with UX UI. I always say UI UX. What do you say?
Say whatever you
UX UI doesn't matter. UI UX design, driving sales and business growth. Could you kick us off on this topic? And maybe for the people in other departments who aren't as familiar with UI UX, could you even just explain what interface user experience
I will
is?
quickly explain what is UX UI design. Super basic, like user experience, user interface. So this is designers do user experience, how usually you move in the mobile application. This is user experience, and user interface, how it looks like in general. How to driving the sales and grow design company? Great question. First of all, I would say that design market is really difficult in my opinion now because, and it was very difficult market in my opinion. Why? Because a lot of people know how to make design, but not every designer can make beautiful and user friendly. That's the challenge in my opinion now in the world with in design world and design market, is that not everyone can make beautiful and user friendly. So to answer how to grow and how to sell, to make great service, in the user experience and user interface design. And but if to be more in details, which I promise it to be already honest. So very important to have real cases, real portfolio with a lot of different in different industry, I would say, in design area. For example, in my company, I think we have around 100 projects which we designed before, and we can show them on the public place. So let's imagine that some of our clients want to create healthcare startup, and we have so much cases which we can show him that we have expertise in this area. It's important to have expertise in this special area. If you want to make sale and to make the sale efficiently, 100% to have a portfolio with the right cases in the same area as clients looking for. This is 100% important. How to grow? Also, the great question. I would say delivery, make great delivery. In design area, a lot of designers make one mistake. They already start work with the user interface, with UI part. I don't know if our audience built a startup before, but I would say that startup is one of the first stages if you speak about the full cycle of development any project, because in design is the most cheapest area where you can make mistake. So because if you will make mistake on development part, something will not work. You will lose so much money. So that's why a lot of designers, I don't know, on the market, I say no, make one mistake. They already start work and already start design the product with the user interface, with UI. What is, in my opinion, big mistake? Why? Because it's important it doesn't matter. This is some basic website or this is something big web application or mobile application or CRM, as Jesse told about before this our speaking. It's important to think about the user experience and wireframe part. Wireframe is not like clear design. This is like rough design, I would say. So to answer on the question first, what to do to sell? First, to show projects, real projects, portfolio, work on it, show on the public place, to have experience in this area, and how to grow. make great delivery, to work in the right direction with the right working flow, to start from the requirements, wireframe part, then user interface, then if animation, icons, logotype, branding, etc. That's how we usually work, and very efficiently process when we design such a big different CRMs, web application, mobile application, such as this flow, and we designed so many projects where our audience can find on our website or on the Behance or Dribble, etc. That's my answer.
I love it. So I want to hear from the audience. Leila, do we have any comments on UI UX or just what everyone's up to? Lauren,
Any question, I'm ready to answer.
Yeah, would love to hear everyone's thoughts. Jesse, I mean, in terms of direct experience, I don't have much, but I do have experience working with a UX UI designer, our amazing Tahoe Lee, PhD, who works with us. Awesome. Big shout out to KOTC. Yeah, I think we can all name a good UI UX designer and we can appreciate them because they actually make a huge difference. Like when you work with a good UI UX designer, then your app is easy to navigate. And it's like, you don't even have to write all the like marketing materials on it, like from marketing, we're like, oh man, now we have to write all this how-tos and all these other documentation, like the support articles. But if the UI UX designer can do a good job and make it a seamless experience for someone to log into your app, they know exactly where to click to do what they need to do, then that's like the beauty of a great UI UX designer. Matt, I'm curious, like what's your experience with UI UX?
Yeah, I mean, we've been quite involved in quite a lot of website projects. So we help with CRO and things like that. So there's a lot of websites that are built that don't generate as much revenue as they should do down to the user experience of the site. Like there's a lot of user experience like testing that we can do like on the front facing side of things. Like Google's really, they want to provide the best results and the best experience for their visitors to the site. So Google always rewards the best kind of sites because Google wants people to continue to keep going back to their platform so they can generate more revenue through ads. So Google's not going to show websites with a poor experience. So having a sleek website, for example, really important. And then any sort of other marketing collateral also needs to be designed well, reflect the brand, that kind of thing. And then on the back end of apps and things like that, it needs to be easy for the user to use. And, the interface is important, both for the actual user, but also the client so that they can manage it properly in the back end. So, yeah, I'm not a design person, but, we deal with it day to day. So, yeah.
Yeah, we all appreciate a good designer. So Alexander and I were talking earlier, I think you kind of mentioned it earlier, about who we think UI UX should report to. And you said you thought UI UX so in a larger company, you would put UI UX under QA. Yeah. Okay. And why?
Well, you thought that user experience, a UX UI designer nobody need them in the future?
Well, no one need that. No, people will need them in the future. They're going to become more important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. What's more important, design or QA?
That's a good question.
Well, that's the question for you. You. This is the hot show, so please answer.
Oh man, that's I wasn't expecting the question to be thrown back on me. I'm gonna say QA.
Why? That if
because
someone
will tell us if the design is working. Yes.
That nobody can test it. Like it doesn't matter what you tested if it doesn't work correctly.
Right. So then in a smaller startup, say pre-seed to Series C, or we'll just say pre-seed to like A, Series A. Maybe they have 10 to 20 employees. Then where do you put the UI UX designer if they hire one?
I think if you start the startup, pre-seed round, seed round, design should be, I think, maybe third person, maybe. In my opinion. Of course, the development part is important, but if you want to raise money, my opinion, you have to show investor the design and how everything will work in the future. And a designer also can make the pitch deck design. Please remember about that. And also to make it, for example, like landing page or the website with explanation of the services or with the product. It's also such an important, believe me, because people like to buy something by eye. Like when they see something beautiful, they're ready to invest or buy it. So if you show the great code with such an amazing technology, but nobody know how to use it, nobody use it.
That's true.
That's
That's
my
very
opinion.
true. I want to know what everyone else thinks. Where does this person fit? And are you following what UI UX even does yet? I know AP does because he works with a great UI UX designer. Do we have any UI UX designers out there? Would love to hear from you in the comments as well. But let's move on to our second topic, finding the right platform. And this is very broad, so we'll have to narrow it down a little bit, like what platform, type of platform, because I'm going to say the right platform is high level, and most specifically app.reveting.com, which is my white labeled version of high level, but like where your business shines. So kick us off on this topic, Matt.
Yeah, it is quite a broad topic, and I think like maybe it's discussion as well. So like if anyone's got any comments about it or specific example business types, then that's great. I think like more e-commerce businesses, they'd maybe benefit a little bit more from visual platforms, like TikTok or Instagram, and then maybe professional services, maybe they'd benefit a little bit if they if it's a high decision, high value purchase, they need to do a little bit more research. So using content marketing, SEO, PPC, all those things combined and blended together will get a really good result for them. So it's about just doing research really to find out where your audience is hanging out. So I mean, you can even use AI to help research your audience. So using things like ChatGPT to help find the customer user persona that can help you tailor your content, that kind of thing. Find out about, if you've not done it before, trying to find your ideal customer persona, so your ICP. Once you've got that, you can start to dig into what platforms and what kind of content that they're consuming. So you can also look at competitors, so you can see how often they're posting, what kinds of content that they're posting. So maybe on LinkedIn, it's more focused around storytelling, and then on each platform, you've kind of got to play to the algorithm. So you've got to know how often to post content, what kinds of content. If there's a new feature on a platform as well, specifically, if Instagram's got a new feature, like when Reels first came out, Instagram was really favoring that, and then same for LinkedIn when they start to release new features, like when the live feature first came out, that was really popular. So you shouldn't just jump on the bandwagon of absolutely everything. You should make sure that it's business and platform appropriate for you. But I guess like it's about how you want to be perceived as a business as well. If you've got thought leadership content, then things like LinkedIn's a good idea, newsletters. But if you're e-commerce, it's good to have a mix of the other channels as well, like social. But at the same time, like you do need a website because you own that asset, and it's the same with your email newsletter. So you've got full control over your website, whereas like it's important to not be just on one platform. It's important to be across several, because like LinkedIn, like even myself, like the organic visibility's dropped like crazy recently. So I'm lucky I've got all the channels like newsletter, we've got the website, and if you just rely on purely on your website and the algorithm hits you, or you've got more competitors, we've still got different platforms. So it's about finding the right ones, and doing the right research and testing and making the right decisions through data and analytics, and being consistent about things. So being consistent, testing, like looking for feedback, seeing the engagements, but the like reach, impressions, clicks, they're good, but if it's not leading to really good business outcomes such as leads and sales, then it's pretty pointless. So it's important to research, test, and review through measuring the numbers at the end of it.
100%.
Can I join? Yeah, review, test, and come to designers.
I like that. I can agree there. Yeah, and one thing I really liked about what you said too was start with your ICP before you get into platforms, which I think a lot of people skip on the whole strategy piece, and they just jump straight to Facebook or they jump straight to Instagram. But figure out who your actual audience is and then start there. And people will be surprised by what they'll find out about LinkedIn because LinkedIn, yes, it's not like a lot of those other social media platforms. It's smaller, but there's fewer people posting, and the reach is going down though. So I would say that multi-channel is still appropriate. And I liked everything else you mentioned too, like the website and all that other stuff, because even though they might not find you by Google searching you, like the old way, they might find you by scrolling, say, LinkedIn or Instagram. Then they're going to go Google search you after they find you. So you still want to have a presence so that when you're Google searched, your website will pop up.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll probably touch on it again later, but it's all about trust and credibility around the internet, in particular Google. So, I mean, if you do a Google search of a business and they've not posted or they've not had any reviews within like last 12 months, they could be a very successful business, but if it doesn't reflect online, you haven't got trust and credibility. It's going to impact your leads and your sales when it shouldn't be, when it's just basic housekeeping things of keeping your social media up to date and building a following and hopefully getting engagement.
Can I also ask the question, Matt? Very interesting, because he's responsible for potential clients. Matt, what is better, to have followers in Instagram or LinkedIn? What is your opinion?
Is it for your business or?
I think for a B2B business or B2C, I don't know, because my vision, followers LinkedIn is more difficult to have them, my opinion. To interact with them in the LinkedIn is more difficult. But what's your opinion? Because you are responsible for potential clients in different companies, and if you will give advice, suggestion, what do you suggest, to push LinkedIn or Instagram?
Yeah, so it's important to remember that behind people on social platforms, there's also people in your target audience. So, getting views on Instagram and TikTok is still good because you've still got access to decision makers. They may not be at their office, but they might be by the phone at night. There's also different goals and objectives of social. So, like, we don't particularly use TikTok for our lead generation, but it's good for recruitment and showing what it's like to work at the company. And it gives clients like an insight of who we are and that kind of thing. So, the followers is a little bit irrelevant, really. It's about like what credibility and business it generates, really. So for B2B, in your case, because it's visual, I'd definitely show off loads and loads of case studies across every channel and platform that you can.
Absolutely.
And then make sure it's clear for a call to action, whatever it is, and then just review back in there. But yeah, to answer your question, it's what everyone says, but it depends, really. It depends on the exact business goals, that kind of thing. What works quite well on Instagram and TikTok's usually like behind the scenes kind of content. So, again, it helps with people familiarizing themselves with your business, and it can generate that touch point because with business and online business in particular, for people to trust you, they need at least 7 different touch points, however it may be. So they need to see your brand about 7 times before they completely trust you. So every touch point's crucial, really. And you don't want to neglect anything. But as I say, you need to find out what's worked. For us, like specifically, like we've tried and tested quite a lot of things, and I think we've hit the sweet spot with what kind of content that we're putting out and the frequency of it and things like that. And it's working for clients as well. But it was through testing and looking at prior data, and we're making plans for the future as well to be consistent.
Great point. Still going back to start with the ICP, which you're doing, and B2B, I would say definitely LinkedIn. But like he said, repurpose everywhere, because even TikTok is highly visual. And that doesn't mean it's going to be your main channel, but you're creating content already. You might as well have it repurposed for every channel, and it's not that difficult anymore. But I digress, because that's what we help with here at Reveting. So I will not go into that anymore. But what I will do is lean in a little bit to Cherry Assistant here for a moment, and we'll get into our intermission. But before we do, I just want to ask, is there anything else on this topic that and actually one thing, AP had a question up here for a little while. Let's get back to AP's question really quick and let Matt answer it. So question, do people need to be on all the platforms in order to succeed? So we kind of answered this in marketing their business. What's the value of owning your user data, phone numbers, emails?
Yeah, so with advertising, whether it's social, you're kind of at the mercy of the platforms. But once you've got owned data in your CRM system, like in a newsletter or whatever, you get, that you can advertise them as many times as you want. So it's basically free email marketing. Same with like when you get a follower. So, what was the specific question again? Sorry. So it's the value of owning the media. So yeah, so you can compare it to like putting ads out all the time. Essentially, that's rented. So as soon as you stop paying for that, then it goes away. But if you've got an owned asset of an email list or website traffic consistently, if you've got a seasoned Facebook pixel, for example, you can use that as well. And phone numbers are really important as well. So if you've got a sales team, you can continue to call those prospects instead of having to buy more data, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for answering that, and great question. And AP, thank you for being here. Let us know if you have any more questions on that, AP. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit more about Cherry Assistant, like I promised earlier. And I want you to visualize maybe how you might be able to work with a VA to make yourself more efficient.
This is Mike, also known as Clean with Mike on Twitter. Mike hired a virtual assistant from Cherry Assistant about 2 years ago. Now he has a $50K per month business fully managed by a remote operator in South Africa. His VA from South Africa does the following: closing inbound leads on the phone, Yelp and Google and Facebook, manages his CRM and Go High Level, deals with rescheduling, cancellations, any issues, hires and manages the cleaners, and sends them daily reports and updates. Mike has a fully cash flowing business managed by a remote operator for only $8 an hour. You can also hire a US equivalent worker in the Philippines, South Africa, Latin America for a fraction of the cost with Cherry Assistant. Be like Mike and grow your business with offshore staff.
So these are some of the services that they help with: lead generation, CRM management, prospecting assistance, sales presentation preparation, data entry and cleanup, customer support, project management assistance, and oh, so much more. If you scan that QR code on the screen, or if you just reach out to Cherry Assistant and let them know that you heard about them through Reveting's WinsDay, then you can, you'll help a sister out here and let them know that you heard about them through us. But they are really doing great work. They're helping me scale Reveting, and we help businesses go live on LinkedIn. Then we repurpose that content into short form video, newsletters, blogs, a whole bunch of things. But as you just saw on that menu, they do a whole bunch of other things. So reach out to them. And I was asking Matt and Alexander before the call if they'd ever heard of High Level, and neither of them had, which, it doesn't surprise me because a lot of people haven't. But I'm a big fan of High Level, as all of you know. I use High Level. I was just talking about them earlier, but High Level is a CRM and full marketing automation platform. Right now, we're working on probably our biggest migration so far into app.reveting.com. It is a B2B company, and they are moving off two of those big CRM players. We'll be saving them a lot of money. And we'll be doing a whole lot more, because once we get them into our CRM, which is High Level, then we're able to easily update their lead magnets, their funnels, and we just keep things rolling quickly for them. So it might be something that you're interested in trying, is working with us and signing up on app.reveting.com, or maybe you want to use our affiliate link here and go create your own High Level account. And the smallest package is $97 a month. And get this, when you sign up for $97 a month, you get 3 accounts. Yes, that's like 3 separate accounts. So you and 2 of your customers, or you and 2 of your friends who want to like team up and pay for this, could all have their full CRM and marketing automation platform. So if you're listening to this on podcast, just go to reveting.com/high level to try out High Level with my affiliate link. You get 30 days free, and I would also love to help you out with it. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me at jessie@reveting.com. You can send me a DM on LinkedIn. A lot of people reach out to us that way. But also just go to our website, reveting.com, and we would love to help you get started. So I digress. Let's get into our third topic, which is back to UI UX in 2025, or UX UI, whatever you want to call it. Standing out in a crowded market. So we've already been talking about this a little bit. And if you're just now tuning in, we were talking about how UI stands for user interface, UX stands for user experience, and you typically hire a UI UX designer, and they come in and they help you optimize the experience with design and quality assurance. So let's bring in Alexandr to kick us off on this topic because he knows way more about it than I do. So UI UX in 2025. Tell us what we need to know, Alexandr.
Oh, what audience have to know it about this topic? That's really a crowded market, to be honest. And in my opinion, if someone want to open design company now, maybe that's the great time to start now. Maybe no, but to be honest, very crowded market, because a lot of courses which it's not easy to know the program like Figma, but it's really too difficult to know all small details about the user experience, user interface, etc. And how to stand it out in the crowded market in 2025? Invest in different channels of sale. If I speak about me, I'm not designer. I know how to use Figma, but I think I'm less than junior designer, to be honest. So that's why I have a big team, professional big team, which I know how to hire. I know how to have interview with them, but I'm not the designer. So how we stand on this crowded market? I would say we try to invest in different channels of sales. We know who is our ICP. And also, Jesse, want to know that before my company, before DreamX, I was head of sale in outsourcing IT company. So I exactly understand what is ICP, ideal client's profile, etc. And I have a really strong team, sales team, with which we work every day. Sometimes I push them so hard to find new direction, new way to sell our service. We exactly understand who is our clients, exactly understand. In my opinion, when you understand who is your clients, you will find the way, you will understand which resources you need, and you will come to this client with the right offer. So in general, to crowd it, to stay on this market and grow, you have to move in different direction. Invest in new channel of sale, like outreach, LinkedIn, visit conference, to do outreach through this conference. Try to research potential new clients in the early stage startup. So there is a lot of different platform where you can easily find the early stage startup which looking for money or something else. We try to invest in our website. We have 130 pages on our website which we already spent, I think, $40,000 already. And we will continue investing in this website because we understand that to be top one in different topics in the Google is very difficult. But we will invest this because this is our marketing strategy. We also working through different freelance platform. There is really difficult to work through different freelance platform, but there is the great way to find the clients. And we tell about this honestly. So we try to diversify all our channel of sales. We try to diversify all our clients, and we try to deliver a high quality service. We are ready to guarantee our clients if we do the bad job, we will never charge for it. So if the company can guarantee this, I think a lot of companies will work with this company. And if you will show them that you are the right person and responsible for the result, all people will work with you. So that's my advice, suggestion. Like invest in different channels of sale, invest in your portfolio, invest in your delivery, hire right team, and also to work in this. I'm from Monday to Friday, I work around maybe 10 hours per day. I'm very involved in my company. I think that's why the company grow. And I would say, very successful in this market.
That's incredible. And maybe because you did sales, you were just saying so.
Yes.
Your real experience.
It's important, as I mentioned, very important to have strong sale points. This is the most important things in any negotiation process. Doesn't matter. You are a small company, you are early stage company, you are the big company. If you cannot negotiate with someone, if you cannot have a deal, doesn't matter what you have. So that's why I think the most important to have these strong sale points, strong portfolio, strong website. Doesn't matter what company, UX, UI design, or SEO, or development. Right people, right sale points, right, I would say, ICP, and everything will be fine. Just work.
Exactly. All right. Well, what's your take on that, Matt?
Yes, similar to what Alex said. So great performance. Like, so if you do a good job, you're going to get referrals. People are going to talk good about you. That's a good way of growing the business organically. Invest in the business yourself. Invest in your own assets, so such as the website. And yeah, just grow like that. And don't be afraid to invest in yourself and the business. So yeah, that's probably what I'd add to it. Yeah, it's all about people and building relationships and building good long-term relationships with clients, so you've got like a good lifetime value with them. So you don't just build trust, but you trust and credibility, but you also build client advocacy as well, so they don't just scream and shout about you to you. Like, they hopefully talk about you to their friends and business partners or whatever, and then they come to you as well. So that's probably what I'd add. But yeah, sales is very important, and putting processes in place to help you grow. So yeah.
100%. Yes. Marketing is very important, but marketing is there to support sales at the end of the day.
Jesse, what's your opinion? How to grow?
Well, I think that you need to have a human brand with everything going on with AI and just automation and funnels. There's a funnel obsession right now, lead magnet obsession right now. The way to grow is to show that you're a human. It's through long form video content, doing exactly what we're doing now by going live on the channel that matters to you. So for us, we're working with B2B companies as well as coaches. You'll find a lot of people like that on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a great channel for us, but we're also simultaneously going live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and yes, it's not attributable through your attribution software, but people will tell you that this is how they heard about you. And a lot of the time, you're already having conversations like this anyway for your podcast. So you might as well just get over yourself and record it live. And yes, 2 people may show up, but then it'll stay there. And on LinkedIn, it's the only way to get long form content on there. And when you have conversations like this is not something that can be replicated with AI at the end of the day. Like, deep fakes haven't gotten that good to have a conversation the way we're having it right now. So I think everyone needs to build a personal brand on the platforms that matter to them, but especially on LinkedIn.
And also want to add, is very important now in this AI time to have a relationship human to human, as you mentioned, is such important. We try to do all in our company everything that to have this human to human, human with potential, human to human with potential clients, with the clients which we already work. Very important to have this real conversation without this AI solution, which will change the people. In my opinion, that can be great tool, but not to change the people, because I think very difficult to change emotional, and this energy as Jesse have now is fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, now I'm going to blush, but we need to talk about SEO. So let's get into it. SEO strategies, ranking higher and driving traffic. So one of the platforms that we stream to is YouTube. And what we love about YouTube is that it's owned by Google. So we can sit here and do what we do with video content and posting all day long, and it helps us and our clients with their SEO, because many people are not putting YouTube shorts on YouTube. So if you are talking about your niche expertise on YouTube, then Google likes it. But that's sort of always our take on YouTube. But I want to hear your take on SEO strategies, Matt, and how to rank even higher. Like, how are those brands really getting on the first page after all?
That's a huge one, and there's definitely a lot to cover. But every year, people say that SEO dies, but really it just reinvents itself and evolves. So video is a huge part of it. As you say, YouTube's owned by Google, so Google really does favor like video content and that kind of thing. And they've started to index short form content as well. So like YouTube Shorts, TikToks, because they know that the target audience is wanting that kind of content, maybe the younger generations or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely changing. A lot of decision making happens on Google, so people are doing comparisons, that kind of thing. It's super important. So yeah, keeping up to date with video and repurposing content is essential. Everyone consumes content differently, so that's very important. But the way that you get traffic to your website is by doing all the fundamentals right. So making sure that there's a good user experience on the site. So, not just from a design point of view, but also from like the look and feel of it. So making sure that it's easy to navigate. You can get to where you need to be within 3 clicks or less. If it's an e-commerce site, then you need to be able to check out easily. If it's a lead generation website, then people need to be able to fill in the details quickly. Otherwise, they'll be just completely turned off and they won't want to go through it. So yeah, that's like the on-page experience. There's things to do with technical SEO, which don't want to bore you with, but there's things such as like poor broken links on the website. So again, that links a little bit back to user experience. And then backlinks as well. So if anyone's heard of backlinks, it's basically like a trust signal to Google. So if another website's linking towards yours, then that's seen as like an upvote. Years ago, it used to be about getting loads of them to your website, but now it's about quality over quantity. And there's been a real uplift in digital PR and that kind of thing. So getting on big national placements. So like something relevant in your industry. So if if you're a business, if you can get on Forbes, it's very difficult to, but then it's very good for your audience because you're on there, etc. So the way we do it at Fly High Media, so we don't focus on traffic because it's a bit of a fancy metric at the end of the day. What we focus on is commercially and high intent keywords. So for an example, like we could get a blog that's thousands of visits a month, but if that doesn't generate us any leads, then it's a bit of a waste of time. So that's why we target keywords like SEO for manufacturing, SEO for e-commerce stores, that kind of thing, because it's a lot more commercially focused, and that's what generates us leads at the end of the day. So we do that, and we do that for all our clients. If there's blogs, for example, that have popped off because it's topical, it's good, but it's an anomaly. So we just focus on the commercially viable keywords, which properly generates revenue. Because when clients look at reports, we can make them look as comprehensive as possible, but unless it's getting an ROI, then they're a little bit pointless. So that's probably one mistake that I see. But we've overcome that through clear, transparent reporting and good communication with clients, and we're not scared during a month where there's a bit of a downturn or whatever. We look at seasonality trends to see if there's been a downturn in anything in the market or anything like that, and we're there to reassure clients and tell them the next steps on what we're going to do to make things better and get on track for what they want to achieve.
That's incredible. So I have a question for you, Matt. With everything you just said, I completely agree with you. Should absolutely be doing all those things like we've been doing for years. Like that stuff is not dead. Your backlinks, your building out all the same stuff that we've been doing. I don't know how long have we been promoting as marketers. Like we've been telling people to like get your backlinks, like fix your broken links, like I'm just thinking of back when I was a marketing manager and we would have like 400 pages of stuff to go through of like things you just have to literally fix, add alt code images, blah blah blah. Like all that stuff should still be done. But today in my newsletter I was writing a little bit about how people are not necessarily selling to people anymore. They're selling to AI. And so there's research this week out of Austria confirmed that what many of us suspected, that AI agents are now making some buying decisions. So they're comparing prices, they're sorting results, they're repeating your brand copy back to your users. So, these are bots, like, but they're not like regular bots like we're used to. They're smart, they're fast, they're doing new things that we're not really interested in. And as we've already talked about, they're, people are not clicking. And these bots are not clicking either. They're parsing, which means it's really not an SEO game anymore. So talk to us a little bit. I mean, I'm curious of your take on all of this.
Yeah, so there's a thing in SEO called EAT or EEAT. So it stands for expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So that's a big thing about Google now. So it's about building your online presence, basically. So it's not like a ranking factor, as you say, but it's basically a trust factor. So, like on your website, you've got to list your credentials. It's important that you keep your social media up to date to make sure that you're saying what you're doing, that kind of thing. So we work quite a lot in the medical sector. So any content that's written, it's got to be medically reviewed and that kind of thing. And it really helps build trust and credibility around the web. So yeah, I get what you mean about AI agents making buying decisions and stuff like that. But I think we're still quite far away from when that's going to really take over. We still have to write for the human, have to research for humans with intent, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Can I ask a hot question?
Please
yeah, of course.
How much money people have to invest in SEO to have some topics? I would say in B2B area, like outsource, like your company, my company, average amount. Please tell us.
Yeah, we recently did a blog on it actually on the website. It depends really. So like if you're trying to do like a local campaign, it could be around £1,500 a month, whatever that is in dollars. And then if you're looking to sort of dominate like a country, or if you're trying to dominate the country, so like one country, you're probably looking at 3,000, and then anything above that, if you're trying to target multiple markets, then you're probably looking upwards of maybe something like that a month, £5,000 in dollars probably.
You mean like 1 month, but how long people have to invest 5,000 per month?
So how long you have to do it for?
Forever and ever.
Forever. I want to be top one everywhere. So how much money I have to invest, and what the timeline of this investing should be to be top one based on your experience?
Yeah, based on my experience, it depends how much of SEO you've already done. So about SEO, it's all about compounding. So as you go along, the traffic starts to compound. Google finds out more about your website and that kind of thing. So within the first 3 months, it depends on the situation really. So it depends on like the competition, like how well they're doing SEO. If there's been anything new come out, it can depend on algorithms. That depends. But if you've been doing SEO already, there could be already quick fixes that could be done. So you could see some results within the first 3 months if you're getting a very, very high volume of traffic to start with, but the user journey is horrific. And if you fix that, that can lead to more conversions with the same amount of traffic. But typically you can see good results from an SEO campaign for the 6 to 12 month mark if you've done it correctly. So focusing on long tail keywords. So if you're looking at I don't know your typical customer, but if it's like UX services for startups or something like that, or if you looked up UI design services for startups in the USA, you could target those kind of keywords, and there's less people searching for it, but they've got a higher intent, so you've got a much better chance of ranking for that. Because the big players that have been doing it for years, they've probably got the really top level keywords, but you can get really high intent keywords that are easier to rank for. So you're probably looking at that time frame, like a year. Like if you can look at over an annual period, it's a really good investment to invest in.
So in conclusion, you have to invest very good car in your website, very good car, maybe BMW like this.
You have to, yeah.
If you hire a good agency, you won't want to stop working with them because you'll see the return in that 6 to 12 months. If you're able to give them that 6 to 12 months, which, let's be honest, like if you're a good agency, you require that 6 to 12 month retainer because you're not going to be able to deliver unless they usually give you time, especially in something like this. And I only know on the SEO agency side, because as a former CMO myself, we would hire these agencies and it would eat up your budget so fast. You mentioned 6,000. I remember one time there was an agency we were paying $9,000 a month to, and there was no return. And so you can get yourself into trouble. You want to make sure that you're watching out and that you're seeing what are they doing, like that you have some idea. You even have some SEO tools. There's free SEO tools you can go out there and look at and be like, okay, I can see now that this link is broken. They just told me they fixed the links, but I see that the link is still broken on this free tool. Like, just make sure that you're like watching it and you're still asking questions, but good agencies you can trust. And I'm sure working with Matt's agency will be a really great experience. But yeah, it is one of those things that these agencies, SEO agencies in particular, they'll drive up the cost. And you just need to make sure you watch it, because I think 6,000 is a good price. Like what you said, And what countries did you say that was for? That was for the US, right?
Yeah, kind of thinking in dollars terms. Yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah, it depends like how big of the market, how competitive, how many other people are doing it for. So that all depends on the factors. So yeah,
that's a good price. And for a lot of people, they'll like drop their jaw at that, but there's a lot that goes into it. Like I said, a 400 page. Like if you don't want to get a new website, which sometimes like maybe you should just get a new website because all your stuff's broken and no one.
Yeah, then you come to designers, and with designers, you make the great, beautiful website, user-friendly, a lot of call to action. You have great conversion rate, and everything success without any big of course, to invest in SEO is such important, but also if people invest in design, in my opinion, always updated website. Matt can confirm this. When you always update the website, Google see this and can like to pull you up.
Well, we only have 4 more minutes, so I want to agree with you, but I'm also going to transition us into the guru of the week. I'm going to pull myself out. I'm going to put your gurus up. If you could both tell us why we should go follow these people on LinkedIn.
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so Gareth's a really good friend of mine. So he actually really helped me early on in my career. So after I finished university, I was into the land of SEO and business and that kind of thing. And he was a few years ahead of me at the time, and still is. So he's a great guy for advice across SEO, digital PR, link building, and general business as well. He's got a couple of other businesses. And he's a great guy, really laid back guy. So he's definitely worth a follow. He's full of value every day. And he runs a couple of successful other businesses, like I mentioned. So yeah, definitely give him a follow.
What I can tell, in my opinion, when you follow such much people and see them, follow them on LinkedIn, and a lot of people on LinkedIn shows real cases, and I follow all people, I would say. Michael or Grotov, absolutely follow them, because if you will have inside information and integrate this in your company, it can be like free suggestion, advice. This is what LinkedIn and these people can do.
That's incredible.
Agreed.
Thank you both for sharing your guru of the week. Go follow those people and tag them in the comments. Layla, if you're here, could you tag them in the comments? I know she's here, actually. I see her. But final thing, we all want to know how we can reach you. So we just heard about your businesses. If it's something that we want to do and work with your SEO agency or work with your UI UX agency, we want to know about it. So let us know, like, what do you have going on over there? What are your offers? And then how can we reach out to you if we want to? We'll start with you, Alexander.
Yeah, very quickly. LinkedIn, please message me if someone wants. I'm happy to have conversation. It's important. We charge money just for work, not for speaking. So we are very open to discuss any idea or redesign or like startup idea and support in this way. And how people reach out, website dreamxweb.com, or just Google DreamX. You will find our website, beautiful website created by our design team. That's it. So please, if someone wants to see what we do on the website, you can read a lot of information.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Alexander. And how about you, Matt?
Yeah, sure. So similar. Yeah, if you're interested in finding out more about SEO, digital marketing, then send me a DM on LinkedIn. I'm always happy to talk about things, even if it's not to work with us. I love talking about digital marketing, business, entrepreneurship, that kind of thing. If you want to check out the website for case studies, that kind of thing, it's flyhighmedia.co.uk. And then I've got a personal blog as well, which is matthewjpyke.com, and I cover all sort of different business topics on there. So yeah, they're the best two places. Always happy to talk digital. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And next week we've got, these are our gurus. We want the next week. We've got Fairlane Raymundo and John Logan coming on the show. So it's going to be another hot Wednesday. But Matt and Alexander, thank you so much for spending the last hour with us. We really appreciate it. And everyone else, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.